Hi everyone, and welcome to today's live event. In today's event, I will share with you how to be yourself. So, what does it mean to be yourself? Well, being yourself, you have to be unique, right? Because in the world, there's no two people that's the same, which means there's something different and unique about yourself, which means you have to figure out what is unique about yourself and then be that person, okay? And that's called being yourself. Being yourself means being different, being unique. But how do you do that? So, in order to be yourself, being unique, right? Which means you have to become an independent thinker. You want to think in your own way, think differently. Because if you are thinking the same ways as others, then how is that being unique? And then you are not being yourself. Okay? So when you're trying to copy others or do things like others or think like others to try to impress others, then that means you are not being yourself because you are not being unique. And when you are not being unique, then you are not being yourself. Okay? So in this case, there's two aspects of being yourself to help you being unique. Okay? First, you want to do your own thing, right? Create your own goals and not copy the majority. So if you have a goals that you want to set and no one is doing it, you should still do it because that is being unique. You do what is fit you, fit who you are as a person. So that is the first aspect. The second aspect is more important, is to think differently as others. So you can have the same goal as others, but the key differences is the way you think. That will distinguish you between being unique and being yourself and not copy others. Okay? So like for example, let's say that you want to become a teacher. Okay, that's great. A lot of people want to become a teacher. That is okay, the same goal as everybody, but the differences is the way you think on how to become a teacher. So first is the purpose of why you want to become a teacher. That is important. Okay, there's so many purposes of why you want to become a teacher, and so you want to see what is your purpose of why you want to be a teacher. Because if you are copying everybody's purpose, then that's not you. Then that's not being different, and that's not being unique. Okay, so you can have the same goal, but make sure your purpose is unique to you, and that will separate yourself from others to help you be yourself. First and second, you want to think differently how to become a teacher, and that is the key right there. Because there are so many paths to help you become a great teacher, and you want to figure out what is the best path that fit who you are as a unique person. Think independently to create your own path how to become the teacher, and that is being unique right there, and that is when you can be yourself. Okay, so in this case you want to learn how to create your own goal, create your own path on how to achieve things in life, and that will help you become a unique person. That will help you become yourself. Okay, because yourself is the unique person. Okay, and when you can do that, when you can become an independent thinker and do your own thing, that's when you become more creative. And when you become more creative, that means you can do things on your own. You can create your own path, because creativity is about imagination, and imagination comes from your mind, right? Not come from the outside. So when you are being unique and creative, that means you are able to come up with your own ways how to do things in your own time, in your own time frame, and that is when you're able to express your uniqueness, your differences from other people, and that's how you separate yourself to be yourself and want to be yourself. And when you can do that, you can start to do great things. Because how do we do great things? Is when we are creative. Creative individuals come up with creative things and ideas to become successful. And that's how people become great. People don't become great by doing the same thing as everybody else. They become great when they come up with a new way to do something, when it's so innovative, that is so unique that no one else has done it yet. And that's how they become successful. And so in this case, when you are unique, you become an independent thinker, you become more creative, you can do your own thing more successfully, you are able to develop your uniqueness, and that's how you are able to be yourself. Okay? And the great thing about being yourself, about being creative and unique, is that your actions tend to be effortless. You know, because anything that's coming from us, being yourself, your action just like become automatic, being effortless because it's a part of you. It's like a habit, you know. When you start to build a habit, what you do is just like come automatically. You take the action without much thinking about it because it's become a habit to you. It's just like part of who you are, part of your nature. And being yourself is the same thing. Being yourself is who you are, right? So when you take action, when it comes to yourself, it just take less thinking. And that's what we want. Because sometimes if we overthink, we tend to overthink and make the wrong decision. But when you are being yourself, you tend to take action without less thinking because it's who you are. It's automatic, and that is what you want. And when you do that, when you have great results, when you are being creative, you will feel good about yourself. And when you feel good about yourself, you want to be yourself, right? Because when we tend to want to copy others because we don't feel good about what we're doing. So we copy others. However, if you are unique and you're doing your own thing, then you want to be yourself. And that's how you be your best self, is by being unique. You want to be yourself, and that's how you learn and improve to help you become a better person, to want to be yourself. And that is important. Okay? So in this case, in this event, I will share with you different ways how to be yourself, how to be different. Okay? So you can come up with new ways to do your own thing, become an independent thinker, to be creative, to help you do great things. So you want to be yourself. Otherwise, if you can't do great things, it's hard to want to be yourself. Okay? So let's get started. The first way to help you want to be yourself is to discover your strength and talent and use your strength and talent as much as possible. Because your strength and talent is who you are. It's what's going to make you great. It's what's going to give you great idea to help you become successful, to help you feel great about yourself, to help you want to be yourself. And that's the key. Do you want to be yourself? Okay? Because if we focus on our strength and talent and we do great things, then why would we want to copy others? The main reason why we want to copy others is because we don't see our greatness. We don't see our strength and talent. And so we think that by copying others, that we're going to be as great as them. But that's not true. Remember, being yourself is being unique. And if you are copying others, then that is not unique. And then it's hard for you to be yourself. Okay? And also remember about being unique is about being an independent thinker. Think your own way. But if you are copying others, then you are thinking the same way as others. And when you think in the same way as others, then how is that an independent thinker? And how is that being unique? And how is that being yourself? Being yourself is being an independent thinker and doing your own thing. Okay? And that is the point. In your own way, how you will like it that fit who you are, your uniqueness. Okay? And like again, imagination and creativity come from you within, not come from the outside. But if you don't believe in your strength and talent and do them, then how can your creativity and imagination manifest? And that's why being yourself is so important. Doing your own things is so important. That will help you think more creative, to help you become more successful, to do things more successfully, to help you gain that great feeling within you, to help you believe in yourself that, okay, I want to be myself. And that is important. So in this case, I'd like to share with you certain tips to help you discover your strength and talent, okay? So a simple tip to help you discover your strength and talent is to pay attention to your accomplishment, okay? Your success in life, in your personal, social, professional. The reason why you are able to accomplish those things is because you have the strength and talent for it. You will not be able to accomplish those things if you didn't have the strength and talent for it. Okay? So pay attention to your accomplishment. And then see what is the common theme. What is the common strength and talent you use to help you become successful in all those accomplishments. If you are being yourself, then your accomplishment will have a similar strength and talent that can teach you a lot about yourself, where your strength and talent are at. Okay? Another way to help you discover your strength and talent is pay attention to your hobbies. Remember, your strength and talent start with something that you enjoy doing. Okay? So if you have a hobby that you tend to enjoy doing, but most important, you tend to want to learn new knowledge and skill to become better at your hobby, then it could be your strongest strength and talent. Okay? Because your strength and talent is something you enjoy doing. But most importantly, enjoy learning new skill and knowledge to make it better. And that is closely aligned with your strength and talent. And that's where you want to focus on. Okay? Or the last tip to help you discover your strength and talent is to pay attention to subject that you enjoy learning. But most importantly, you can easily learn that subject easily. Comparing to other people, when it comes to that subject, you learn it very easily. And if you can learn something easily, is because you enjoy it. When we enjoy doing something, we learn something very easily and fast compared to other people. Okay? So those are the 3 simple tips that you can reflect back to yourself in life to help you discover your strength and talent. So you can use them to do great things. So you can be proud of yourself. So you want to be yourself. And that is important. Okay, so once you discover your strength and talent, the next step is you want to take action. Okay, whatever strength and talent that you have, that you think you have, you want to take action and apply it. But most importantly, you want to use your strength and talent to do your own thing. Remember, being yourself is being independent in doing your own thing and thinking your own way. Okay, so whatever your strength and talent that you have, you want to come up with ways to do your own thing and not try to copy what already exists. Okay, remember, creativity, being uniqueness, mean doing things that hasn't existed yet. But if you do things that already exist, then that means you are copying somebody. And so you want to think about it, and how can you use your strength and talent and do things that hasn't been done yet, or something to improve yourself and others that haven't been developed yet. And when you can do that, you will do great things and great result. Okay, so you can start out small. You don't need to start out big. Okay, so whatever your strength and talent is, whatever knowledge and skill, ability and resources you have to help you apply your strength and talent, use them and apply it. Okay, and the more you apply your strength and talent with whatever you have, whatever knowledge and skill you have to apply your strength and talent, as you apply it, you will start to understand yourself more. You will start to understand where your core strength lie, and where your resources lie to help you take bigger action steps. But the most important thing is that you want to take the action step and apply it right away. No matter how much knowledge and skill you think you lack, you have more than you think. Okay, it's just that a lot of time you want to have so much knowledge, but that's not necessary. To take small action steps, you don't need a lot of knowledge and skill. You just need to use what your current knowledge and skill is at and start taking action. And that is how you learn more about yourself, and that's how you build your skill set, through taking action. And the more action you take, the more learning you develop, the more you're understanding about yourself, the more knowledge and skill you will have to take better action steps in the future. And that is important. Okay, so the best way to truly know who you are, to feel great about yourself, is through taking action. Okay, and so remember, when you build the habit of doing your own thing, being creative, being innovative, and doing your own thing, being your uniqueness, you will build the habit. And when you build that habit, that doing new things all the time and not copying others, you will have the habit of coming new ideas and ways all the time. And that is what you want. And every time you are able to use your strength and talent in new ways all the time, you are expressing your uniqueness. And every time you do things that is new and different, away from everybody, you are being yourself, because you are being unique. You're doing something that no one else has yet, and that is what you want. Remember, being yourself is being unique, doing things that others have not yet done yet. And when you can do that constantly throughout your life, you are being unique, you are being yourself, and you will start to enjoy being yourself, because you are able to do things that others have not done yet, and that's what you want. Okay? And when you can do things that others hasn't done yet, and you can take ownership, you can be very proud of yourself. Because when you do things that others hasn't created yet, you'll be proud. I say, oh my God, I did something great that no one hasn't done yet, which means you can take ownership of it. And when you take ownership of something that is great and unique, you will feel good about yourself. And when you feel good about yourself, you will want to be yourself. And that is the key right there. You have to feel good about yourself in order for you to want to be yourself. And being unique and doing your own thing will help you feel good about yourself, to want to be yourself. Okay? So, use your strength and talent as much as possible and grow and learn. But another thing to help you believe in yourself that you can be creative and do your own things is learn how to become a better person. Learn how to believe in yourself more. Because remember, you can have strength and talent, and if you don't believe that you can do and apply your strength and talent successfully, then it's hard for you to take the action, right? And so in this case, every day you want to learn how to become a better person, personal development. Because you want to have that self-belief, right? Like I said, if you have the strength and talent and you don't believe in yourself that you can take the action, then you won't take the action. And if you don't take the action, then how can you create new things? How can you be unique? Do unique things to help you be yourself, okay? But most importantly, to help you become a better person, a stronger person, is not only about discovering who you are, but it will help you learn how to be strong and block out external influences. And that is the key. Remember, being unique is who you are from the inside. That means you are the only person that knows your uniqueness. And so by being strong, you can block out external influences. Because a lot of times, people have difficult time believing themselves, doing their own thing because they are influenced by other people to do this and that. But when it comes to being yourself and being unique, you have to make the decision. So in this case, by becoming a stronger person and better person, you are able to believe in yourself that you can apply your strength and talent better, but also have the ability to block out external influences. And that is also important. Because you can have strength and talent, but if you are influenced by other people, then you won't believe in your strength and talent. Then it's hard for you to take action. Okay? So here are some simple ways to help you learn how to develop and grow yourself. Learn how to take care of your body, nourish your body, learn how to eat better, learn how to exercise better, make sure you drink your water, get your sleep in. Okay? Because in order to use your strength and talent successfully, you need a lot of strength, energy, physical strength. But if you're always tired, and then if you're tired, then you feel unmotivated. And when you're unmotivated, then how can you take the action step to apply your strength and talent and be creative? And to be creative and to do great things, it takes a lot of energy and strength. Okay, so in this case, learn how to nourish your body to become better and stronger, to make your body stronger too. You can have the energy and strength to motivate yourself to do great things. Okay, second, nourish your mind, mental health. Learn how to increase your self-esteem. Learn how to increase your self-confidence. Learn how to manage your emotion. Okay, and for example, you don't want fear to take over, right? Learn how to manage your fear, your stress. Increase your positive qualities such as self-confidence and self-esteem to believe in yourself. Remember? Because if you can have all this strength and talent and you don't believe in yourself, good self-esteem and good self-confidence, then how can you take your action step? Learn how to be more courageous, okay? To believe yourself that I can do this, which is important, okay? So the third aspect to improve yourself is learn how to nourish your spirit. Okay, spirituality. Spirituality is about appreciation, forgiveness, create life meaning and purpose, inner peace. Okay, and so for example, it's important for us to learn how to forgive ourselves, right? Because in life we make a lot of mistakes, and if you don't know how to forgive yourself from your mistake, then it's hard for you to move forward because your mistake is holding you back. Is your negative emotion within you is holding you back because of your mistake. And when you have all this negative emotion within you and you can't forgive yourself, then it's hard for you to think creatively. In order to think creatively, you have to have an open mind. You have to believe in yourself to think creatively, to become an independent thinker. But if you have all this negative emotion because you can't forgive yourself, then it's hard for you to think independently, to believe in yourself, to feel good about yourself. Okay? So learn how to increase your spirituality. That is important. Spirituality is about nurturing your inside. Okay? And being yourself, being your uniqueness is from the inside. So you want to learn how to nourish your spirit. Okay? So the more you take the time to improve yourself, improve your body, mind, and spirit, the more you will feel good about yourself, right? So like for example, when you eat healthy food, your body will feel good, then you will feel good. When you feed your mind with positive information, increase your confidence, your mind will feel good, then you will feel good. And when you nourish your spirit from the inside, then your spirit will feel good. And then you will feel good. And then the more you feel good, then the more you want to be yourself. Because like again, in order for you to want to be yourself, you have to feel good about yourself, correct? So in this case, the more you take care of yourself, the more you feel good about yourself, the more you will want to be yourself. And that is important, okay? But the most important thing is that you want to be so busy improving yourself so you won't be influenced by other people. You know, sometimes when we have all this time in our hand, we are influenced by other people. But when you are so busy improving yourself, and improving yourself take a lot of time, because there's a lot of things that you can improve your body. There's a lot of things that you can improve your mind. There's a lot of things that you can improve your spirit. There's countless things. So if you want to be so focused in improving yourself, then you don't have time to be influenced by others. And that is important. To be unique, to be creative, it requires a lot of attention and focus on improving yourself. But the more you're focusing on improving yourself, then the more creative you become to help you feel great about yourself, to want to be yourself. Okay? And again, to master ourselves, to understand ourselves, it takes a lot of time and energy. It's like a full-time job. Okay, to truly understand yourself. So you want to be so busy improving yourself that what is happening from the outside won't influence you. And that is the key. How to be unique, how to become an independent thinker. Because the moment you allow other things to influence you, that means you're thinking what others want, what outside want, and then that is not an independent thinker. Okay, and then it's hard for you to be unique, and then it's hard for you to be yourself, to want to be yourself. Okay. So always remember to learn and improve yourself daily, and that will help you want to be yourself more. So the third aspect to help you want to be yourself is always do the right thing. Okay? Do the right thing no matter if no one agrees with you, because when it comes to yourself, it's yourself. If you do the right things for yourself, then you will feel good about yourself. It's not about other people approving you. It's not about impressing other people, but it's about yourself. Self-satisfaction. Are you satisfied with your action step? And that is the key. Okay? So for example, in life, do what is good for you in life. Okay? If you know that you need to eat better, try to improve it. If you know that you need to exercise more, try to improve it. If you need to know that you need to read a new books, then try to read a new book, okay? Find ways to learn to go and do those things. No excuses, okay? You do not want to wait around until someone tells you to do the good thing, okay? Remember, being yourself is your responsibility, okay? No one else. So whatever is good for you in your life, you want to take the initiative and do it and not wait around for it, okay? And you can, like, again, everything that you want to do to improve yourself, you can start out small, okay? So let's say if it's exercise that you are lacking and you want to improve, start out small, 10 minutes daily. We all have 10 minutes daily, right? I mean, we can all spend 10 because we spend a lot of time doing other things that are not necessary. So if you can take 10 minutes daily to exercise, to eat better, to watch a video, that will change your life dramatically, Okay, so again, you don't need to start out big, start out small, because the thing that truly matter in life that will help you become a better person is through the daily action step, through small daily action step, not big thing. Okay, it's not about running 1 hour 1 hour per week. No, it's about 10 minutes or even 5 minutes daily. That will give you a better outcome to improve your health compared to you putting 1 hour and do it once a week. Okay, so it's about the little things daily that will transform you to help you become a better person. Okay, because remember, it's not about doing for 1 month and stop. Okay, it's about doing small little things daily that will help you learn a lot about yourself through your daily action, not about once a while. Okay. So when you do those things daily to help improve yourself daily, then you can start to understand yourself more. Remember, understand yourself, you have to do it daily to understand yourself. But it doesn't have to be big things that you have to do. It's through your small daily things that will help you understand yourself to help you feel good about yourself. Okay? Because if you're doing the wrong things for yourself, and if you know something's wrong and you do it, then that's not being yourself. Okay, if you're doing the wrong things, then you don't feel good, right? If you don't feel good, then how can you want to be yourself? You have to feel good about yourself in order for you to be yourself. But if you do negative things that you do not believe in, then you won't feel good about yourself. Even though you might feel good at the beginning a little bit, but in the long term, it will come back and you will not feel good. Okay, so like for example, if you know that smoking is not good and you smoke, then you will not feel good about yourself in the long term. Or if you know that a career is not a good decision for you and you do it, in the long term, you will not feel good about yourself. And if you do not feel good about yourself, then you don't want to be yourself. Okay? So in this case, and sometimes we do things that is not good for us because of social influences. Okay? Like for example, if you know smoking is not good, but you end up doing it anyway, that means you are influenced by social pressure, right? By outside, by your peers and your family, whoever you're surrounded with. And that's why personal development is so important. Personal development is to help you become a better person so you can block out the external influences so you can make the right decision and not be tempted on making the wrong decision for you. Because if you're doing the wrong thing, you might think you is okay at the moment, but in the long term it will come back and you will not feel good about yourself. And when you do not feel good about yourself, then you don't want to be yourself in the future. Okay? And so in this case, that's why personal development is important, to not only help you discover your strength and talent, but help you how to block out outside influences. And that is important to remember. Okay? So once you take all this action, and whatever outcome you have, positive or negative, be proud of yourself. Okay? Because like again, we will make a lot of mistakes. And that's why there's the term forgiveness, right? The term forgiveness exists because we make mistakes. Okay, and so whatever outcome you have, you want to be proud of yourself. Okay, because when you have a negative outcome, that does not mean that you are a negative person. That does not mean you are a bad person. Okay, so the most important thing is we will make mistakes, but you still want to see how can you improve your mistake. If you can see that you can improve from your mistake, then that means you can have better outcome in the future, and that means a learning opportunity for you, and that is important to understand. Okay, and so because in life we will encounter a lot of challenges, a lot of obstacles, we can't avoid them. Okay, the only thing for us to do is to learn to overcome them. That is it. If you don't take action and you are afraid to make mistake, then you are unlikely to take action. But remember, to understand yourself is about taking action. Take as much action as possible, and that's how you understand yourself. If you have a mistake, then that's where you learn and grow, and that's important to remember. And that's why learning how to forgive is important. Learn how to forgive yourself is important. Because if you are always afraid to take action all the time, then because of your mistake, then you won't understand yourself. Okay, and that's why it's important for you to learn how to forgive yourself, and that's why spirituality is important. Okay, so to forgive yourself so you can have the ability to move forward, and the key in life is moving forward. Okay, because we can't avoid mistake. Okay, we can avoid challenges. The only thing we can do is to overcome them. That's the only way. Okay, because if you don't learn how to forgive yourself to overcome your mistake, then it's hard for you to take action. But like I said, the only way for you to know who you are, your uniqueness, is through taking action. Okay. So when you can see that you're a great person no matter what the outcome, then you feel good about yourself, right? And when you feel good about yourself, then you want to be yourself, and then you will be less worried about what other people think. Okay? Because when you are focusing on yourself to do great things, to bring your uniqueness out, then you will start to experience joy, happiness, and fulfillment. Joy, happiness, and fulfillment are emotions from within you, and you want to develop those emotions. And the only way for you to develop those emotions is come from you. Okay, by doing your own thing, become an independent thinker, being your uniqueness. But if you're doing copying other people, then you're doing things that's not related to your uniqueness, then that's not who you are. Then it's hard for you to experience joy, happiness, and fulfillment. Okay? And when you are able to experience joy, happiness, and fulfillment because you are being yourself, you decrease the desire to impress others. You decrease the desire to get other approval. And that is the thing. Okay? Because we don't want to take the time to impress others, to get other approval, because when we focus on others to impress others or to get other approval, you're focusing on them, not on you. But in order for you to be unique, you have to focus on yourself, your strength and talent, and how can you be creative. But if you're focusing on others, then your mind is focusing on others, then it's not focusing on you, then it's hard for you to be creative, to do unique things, to help you be yourself, to want to be yourself. Okay? So in this case, take the time to discover your strength and talent, and whatever your strength and talent is, try to do it your own way. Think independently. That's how you create innovative stuff to help you do great things, have great results, to feel good about yourself, to want to be yourself. And personal development, become so busy of taking care of your health, physical, mental, and spiritual health, that you don't have enough time for other people. And when you are so busy focusing on improving yourself, not only you will discover your strength and talent a lot better, but also help you block out external influences. And that is the key, because you might have the strength and talent, but if you do not block out external influences, then it's hard for you to focus on yourself, to be creative. Creativity is imagination, and imagination comes from your mind, come from your own uniqueness. But if you're copying others and influenced by others, then that is not your uniqueness. Okay? And when you are able to do your own things because of your strength and talent, do your own way, however it fit you, you are able to create great things, right? That you can be proud of. And when you can be proud of your own things, you will feel good about yourself. And when you feel good about yourself, then you want to be yourself. And when you want to be yourself, you start to do things that you can show your personality, your uniqueness. And when you can combine all those things together, you will do great things. Not only you will do great things, but you will transform and become an incredible person. And that is being yourself. Okay? So that is the end for today's event. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you next time.